Yeah, before that one, do you have any questions from last session?
No, Mamta.
Yeah, okay. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, from the in the last session we have discussed about we have started this application, right? And we have discussed about containers and modern controls in our application. So this is how we have done, right? Yeah, and one more thing. Yeah, this is the old form which using old controls which we have developed, and this is the new modern control form which we have changed, right? So now what we need to do is last time if we have checked here, yeah, there is an people picker columns here assigned to and issue log by. If you see here, if I search with any other name or in our tenant, like we have Manoj, everyone's name, right? But if I search, it's not coming. That is the issue we have with modern controls people picker column. It's not working properly. If we have seen here, if we search with any other person name, like why it's coming like this? Okay, let me change. Yeah, this is the issue. I'll change it to display name. Display name search field is also. Yeah, now if I go here and search with some other name, see, even if I have searched with Mamta, I'm getting two names here. And if I search with Manu, see how I'm getting names. But whereas in modern control, that functionality is not working, right? Yeah, that is the drawback we have with modern control. It's not working with the people column. So in that scenario, we need to remove our that modern control and we need to replace it with our new control sorry, old control whatever we have. So what I'll do is directly we can go here and we can add it like an combo box. If we have search classic, that one we can do it. Otherwise anyway we have all the formulas written, everything, right? That also we can copy and paste it here. Anything is fine. Yeah, but as of now I'll do it like this. You'll also understand. So whatever the data source we have, so that data source same I'll give it here. Okay, and if we have seen, we can change it. Last time I have told you, right? I'll change it to double. Display name, search secondary text, email, search field, display name. I'll change it, and default, whatever the default selected items we have, that we can give it here, same thing. Okay. And now what is the pending one? X and Y properties are we need to align it. Yeah, that we can do it like Y same whatever it is there. I'll give it to this one. And width also same formula. I'll give it to this one. Okay, X24 is there. Same I'll give it. So now it is aligned properly. Even if you want to change this drop down colors, everything also we can change it. Here it will be there. Yeah, chevron color is there, right? Chevron fill should be transparent. Color the transparent I'll give. Oh, chevron fill, no, no. That is, yeah, gray color I'll give. And chevron background color, I'll change it to transparent. This is how we can change it if you want. Like even these colors also we can customize it. Okay, as of now I'm leaving it will take time. So I'm leaving it as it is. Same thing, I'll do it for another people picker column we have assigned to, right? Same thing, I'll do it here. Whatever the data source we have, data card value, same thing, I'll give it to, yeah, here. So this is how we need to replace it like with if we are using any modern people picker column. Got it? And last time we have discussed about two types of containers, right? One is horizontal container and another one is vertical container. So these two differences you understood. There is another container which is like simply container is there. What is the difference between these two? Now I'll explain. So if we go here and if I take an example here, which I have taken as a normal control for the pop-up, right? I'll take another screen to explain clearly to you. Blank screen I'll take. Here, container, I'll take this one. Whatever the controls I'm adding here, it's not aligning properly. Even I can move it around here, like wherever I want to place. Whereas in this another containers like horizontal or vertical containers, if I take them, uh, yeah, if I take them here, if I add any buttons, see how it is aligning properly. But whereas like if it is a is it is a horizontal one, right? All the controls are aligning in horizontal way. Whereas in normal container, it won't align properly. Like when we use this is like when we don't want to align fields like in horizontal or vertical way. We want to move however we want. We want to move. Then in that scenario, we can use this normal container. It's like an grouping things the same whatever the except that alignment whatever the remaining features we want to get using this container or group certain controls into single thing, then if I expand here, see this is like a grouping, right? In this scenario in the previous if you have observed for the pop up, whatever the pop up I have taken for the delete, see all the controls are in this group in this container. It's like a grouping now. If I delete this one, entire pop-up will delete now, right? So by this, here, if you have observed, I'm not arranging all the fields in this container in a horizontal or vertical way. Like I have made them in center and on top of another like control, I have kept another controls like this. I have kept, right. If I want to build like this, we will go for this normal containers. Understood the difference between these two now? Any doubts?
No, Mamta, I think it is clear.
Yeah. So like same, whatever the
So except
shadow
this,
effects.
but
Mm.
except this alignment, everything other mean every
Yeah,
other
everything
property
are
remains same.
same. Like shadow effects we have, right? See,
Yeah, yeah,
same thing we have, everything we have, like just alignment won't be there.
right. So manually we need to align the things.
Yeah. So that is difference between these two. And if I go here, Now let's continue our application. So what we have done, and now if I click on new issue, automatically it is redirecting to our modern form. And if you see here, what we are doing, there is an issue like headers we have, right? And if I go here, here also a header. It's this. It's looking similar. If you see here, right? So instead of like create this header, how many controls I have taken? One is for rectangle for this one, and another one is like an icon I have taken. Another one is like one label to keep the title. So these three controls I have taken. For example, I need to use some other actions as well, like a user icon also I need to display and some other information, and which is common in every screen I need to use. In that scenario, we have an option like, see here also I have developed all these things. In this form screen also I have added email, like all the controls I have added everything, right? So here like four controls took for me, and here also like three or four controls it took. So in this scenario, what we can do is we can create a component. That component we can use wherever we want. So in that scenario, it will take consider as one component itself, one control itself. So for example, I'll create here
So it's
one
kind of
component.
reusable thing, right? So
Yeah,
wherever we
reusable
want, we can
component.
use it. Okay.
Yes. So, for example, I'll take whatever we have developed, I'll take it as rectangle. Instead of rectangle, we have covered, right? 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. So now let's take container. Mm, Horizontal container I'll take so that we can align it. So what I'll do, I'll make this adjustable as only header we need to keep, right? And this container also I don't want to this much height, I don't want, like want it as like 80 or 60 pixel is 60 height is enough for me. So this is how I am maintaining. And whatever the height container have, I need to maintain the same height for this rectangle component. Whatever height this component have, same height container should also have, right? So for that one, what I'll do is parent dot height. So whatever height, even if you see here, even if I increase 100, automatically this container height also increasing. So that is why parent properties we need to use like a dynamically changing height. In that scenario, parent properties we need to use instead of static values. Okay. So now we need to change the color, right? Either we can change it for the container color, even if we can change the component, anything is fine. As of now, I'm changing the color to container. Okay. Now what we need an icon, um, back arrow, right? So that we can give. What I'll do, this is a container. Oh, it's added out of.
Uh, Mamta,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Mamta, just a small question. I might have missed the point.
Mm.
Like this, how is this component different from screen?
Component is like an how we have controls here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, each control how we are using in each screen. So components is like an using controls, whatever the like an header or navigation, any component you can create it, and you
Uh,
can use like instead of creating that component everywhere in each screen
oh, okay,
individually,
okay,
if we
okay.
create one single component wherever we want, directly we can use it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Like it will reduce. Last time in the last session, I think you have missed it. In the last session, I have mentioned each screen should have only 300 controls. That is the limit we have. 300 controls is the limit. So
Okay.
if we have like for header component, if we have created like 4 5, there is a complex header scenario we have.
Mm-hmm.
See, if we have seen here power apps, how many controls? This is one rectangle we need to take, and this hamburgers for this one another icon. This is a label we need to take, and this environment information. This is like so many. How many controls it has? Already almost 10 to 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, each screen 12 icons for header itself is like taking so much controls, yeah, already occupying, right? So if you have instead of that one, if you have created a header component, and that component if you are use, that component will consider as one control itself. It
Okay,
won't
okay,
consider
okay,
as like 12 controls.
okay, okay, okay. Okay.
And we no need to develop an again each time in each screen. We no need to develop that one. If we
Mm-hmm.
develop that component here directly, we can
Mm-hmm.
add individual. Now I'll show that one how we can add that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll change this to 30. Yeah, and one more thing what we have, label, right? Label, I'll add it. Mm. So if you observed here, in each screen it is not like icon is same in all the screens. If you have seen in this screen, it is a view issues. In this screen, it is an issue tracker form. That means this name should be dynamic. Like for the label, how we are giving whatever the text we are giving, automatically how it is coming, dynamic value, that how that is how it should be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the components, we have like how we are designing these properties. For each control we have properties like a value property, max length, what is the max length which we are giving input, like how much automatically it is adjusting, right? So same like that we can create properties for components as well. How we can create components? If you have clicked on this component and new custom property, if you have taken, what is that one? Title, header title, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'll create it as header text. I'll name it as header text. And what is this? Which is a input or output we are we need. This is input to this component, right? That means it should be input. Oh, sorry, automatically it went. Yeah. Header text. We need input from the user. See, is defined there where the component is used. This is like where you are want to expect user to give the some input. Then in that scenario, we need to take input property. For example, where you want to take output from the component, then in that scenario output will we will take, for example, output property. What I need to give an example is, yeah, for example, whatever the in the calculator example I'll take, whatever the two numbers you will take, and output it will give, right? Addition or multiplication, whatever, after giving the value,
Mm-hmm.
that is output for us.
Okay.
When we are expecting output from the component, that is output property. Input is like when we want user to give information, that is the input. So that is the different, understood, right? This is one, it will be little like complex to understand, but yeah, once you try it, it will be easy for you. Okay, input one, and what we want, whether it is like there will be a so many cases will be there, whether it is a text one, number, boolean, whatever we want we can take it. In our scenario, we want it as text, right? So I'll take this one and I'll create it. Raise on reset when value changes is there, right? What is this one? Like whenever the value changes, automatically this controls should this input property also should reset. That is when if we click that one, automatically it reset to the original value. Okay, if we select this, otherwise in our scenario it's not required. I'll create as script. Now I'll take here Header text is there, right? As of now, I'll keep it as header text. Okay.
So Mamta, here
Here
we cannot create the variables and call them.
you can create.
Okay. So we can with variables also we can do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
With the variables, you can do it, but it will be how can you access it in here? That is the question, right? So for the component, what is the let me show it, then I'll answer that question. Okay.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. Here, what I need to take component, what is even here I can't access parent. For this one, parent will be container, right? So component name I should select component one dot header text. Whatever the header text which we will give, it will automatically added here. Now I'll change the colors for these two. White color. So even this color property also we can make it as dynamic, like however, like how we are giving whatever the color for the controls. If you see here, what like how we have color properties, fill, font, input properties are there, right? Those also we can build it for here. That one also I'll let me create it. Color I'll take that text color, which is also input and it which is now color. I'll create it. Header text color. Currently it is black, right? Now if I give them component one dot header text color. So now I'll change it to white. Yeah, automatically there also. Oh, sorry. This is how we can build. I'll rename it to component instead of that one. We should rename name it meaningful, right? Header component. I'll create and now I'll use it in our application. And if you see here, um, currently like whatever the width it is there, it is using, right? I'll explain that one. Here I'll go header component. If I search here, they automatically, but it is header width is not adjusting accordingly. If you see here, it's coming only until here, right? Let me add it in new screen. Mm. See, only half of the screen is occupying. So automatically, if we want to whatever the screen width have, automatically it should occupy. In that scenario, what we should do is header component. Let me adjust first this component. Parent dot width I'll adjust, and header component width I'll check whatever the app screen width we have, that should be automatically adjusted, right? App dot active screen dot height, width, everything we have here. So what we need width property we have. I'll take this one now. So if I go here, see automatically it is adjusted now. We haven't done anything. If you see the width property, automatically whatever the property we have, it is taking. So now header text, what we want, whatever we want, we can keep it like sorry, yeah, header text. See here also custom properties field it is added. Header text color whatever we want, we can change it, and text also we can change it like an issue tracker. Okay. So we have created our own control now, I would say. Instead of like see now it is considering as only one control, whereas here if I go our form screen, how many controls we have? I'll go here. Yeah, For the label, we have on this one, and for the rectangle, we have this one, and icon, we have this one. Like, so three we have taken. Now it is only one control. Got it? Any doubts here? So, and your question now, let's come to your question, Manoj. What you have asked is like, we can we use that variables, right? So, if I have taken this as variable, what I need to do, where I'll create it. I need to run on it something, right? Like on change of that one, that variable should set or anything, it should happen. So where you are going to set that one in that scenario? That is the question we have. Automatically, even if you create it, for example, where I need to create on reset, I'll create a variable set where header text I'll take. So yeah, but it should be reset by someone else, right? This component, then only it will set that this variable.
Right.
Yeah, so we don't have that property. Like user should automatically give this properties, then only he will automatically this value will be set. If we give that option, it will be easy. Otherwise, like where if you have set on some other thing, that should be triggered to set that variable. Got it?
Yeah, Mamta. Thanks.
Yeah, and this is one thing. Components we have covered. Okay, let's continue with our app development now. So until where we have my issues, yeah. Let's add few things here. Like what I want is we have created this gallery and everything, right? And we have clicked on whenever we click on it, it's going to this form. Now we haven't developed the submit functionality. Let's add that one. I'll take this submit save icon. I'll take here. So I'll change this to color something else. Whatever I want. So on select of this, we should submit this form. Submit form 2, right? So this for this one, we need to do error handling. Like whenever we are getting, for example, I'll show you. Immediately, I'll click on this one, and if I want to on save of this one without doing error handling, if I write it here, only after submitting, it should navigate to view screen. I'll write view issue screen. So in this scenario, what it will happen is, I think we haven't written back icon operation. Yeah. So new issue I'll take, and title, few of the things are mandatory ones, right? Without doing anything, I'll try to save it. Oh, title we haven't kept as mandatory. Let me make few things as mandatory so that it will do the error handling. Required. I'm making this field as mandatory. So if without giving this field, issue description also, I'll make this as mandatory. All this we have done in old form, but not in new form. New form I'll go. And if I try to save it, see, we are getting this error, but record haven't saved, and this we are getting this error. Like this shouldn't happen, right? If we are not giving any mandatory fields, that field should be we are should be in that same form, and we should highlight whatever the okay, these are the mandatory fields which we haven't filled. That type of warning we should give, right? We should do the error handling in this scenario. So how we need to do is, if I go here, this navigate, there is a two ways we can do it, error handling. One is like an I'll remove this one. If we go to here in this form, there will be I think if when I have told about form, I have already explained, like on failure, on success of the form, on failure of form, whatever the operations we want, we can do it. On success, if it is success only, then only I want to navigate to this navigation screen. Otherwise, I will I should be in the same screen, right? Now I'll do that one. Let me go back to home screen. Now if I try to save it, see, I'm in same screen, and I'm able to now highlight this is a required and issue description is required. This how we are getting errors. This is like we are for the forms we can do error handling. Another way is like, if if it is successful form, what form will do is it will return true or false kind of thing. So that is how we can do it. Like if it is true, then only I want to navigate to that view issue screen. Otherwise, I should, we can do, like notify user something, unable to save the form. So this is how we can build it. This is one way of doing error handling. Got it? And another thing,
Uh,
hmm,
no, I couldn't see that I'm able to save the form.
Yeah, I think the error message was not displayed.
okay, if it is mandatory fields, then it will throw here itself. Like if it is unable to, like after filling the details, if you are getting any error, then in that scenario, that error will show.
Okay. So it's like if any network issues,
Yeah,
data is not being
exactly.
saved,
Mm.
only then that custom
Yes,
message will be displayed. Okay.
yes. On success, let me remove this one. We are doing there, right? Yeah. So this is the another way. And we have last time, if I have shown you, there is like some functions we are doing. If error is error functions are there, right? That is also we can use it. So if error, what is the function we want? Then if it is error happened, if error happened in that scenario, what should it happen? We should write it. Otherwise, notify. Yeah. Okay. So if it is error, then this should happen. Otherwise, we should navigate to this screen. This is also one way we can do error handling. Got it?
So will this work in this scenario? Like,
Sorry.
will this work in this scenario? The like, it didn't work in the last scenario.
Yeah.
Uh, Okay, okay.
This is like a Power Apps predefined functions we have, that if error and is error. So
Mm-hmm.
that will automatically do the error handling whenever it will like in that in our previous scenario, it's throwing what it is the error giving by this submit form, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this if error and is error functions, what it will do, it will check it's throwing any error or not. If it is throwing that error, what the function like action we have given, that action it will perform. For example, I have taken notify in your scenario, like you can give one documentation or else any you can redirect to some portals. It will do, we
Mm-hmm.
will do, right? If we are getting
Mm-hmm.
any error, support number we want to give, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever the actions we want, we can perform that one. Otherwise, if it is successful, what it should happen, that we can
Okay,
mention.
okay. So
Got it?
usually we should, I mean, until unless, like we usually you should use if error.
Yeah, actually, previously, if error and is error functions were not there. Like when Power Apps has started, in the between
Mm.
they have introduced. Like before this function, we used to do error handling like that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. So
okay,
this is the one way we can do it. Nana, eh, okay. Now what we have automatically, this is the thing, right? Now I'll do one thing to cover the collections topic. Let's like in most of the things we have like a checkbox we have. If we select multiple and after clicking on delete, whatever the selected record should be automatically deleted. That is one way functionality we will see in most of the applications, right? That I'll explain how we can do it. So if I go here and I what I'll do, I'll add a checkbox here. Checkbox I'll do, and I'll minimize this one. Label, I'll remove it. Okay. Now on check of this one, we should collect like if I click on this one, it should be selected, right? That records how I want to do it. What I'll do is on check of this one, I will collect this record into collection. Call selected issues. I'll take one collection, and this item ID, I'll do it. So on uncheck of this one, what I want, that means it haven't selected, right? But still it is appearing here in us okay, on uncheck. Yeah, now what I will do, on check, the value is present in our collection. If you go, now I'll do uncheck. That means from our that collection it should automatically remove, it is not selected now, but still if we see here, still that value is there. So what should we do on uncheck? We should remove that one. On uncheck, I'll do remove call selected. From call selected issues we should remove, right? And this item dot dot id, I'll write it. Remove if, oh sorry, value equal to this item dot id. Now if I go here, I'll check this one and align check. Now if I go, that nothing is there. right? Automatically it is removing. Now what we need, I'll add one button. Yeah, I'll add one button here, that is bulk delete option I'll create. Okay, I'll increase this to 200. So on click of this one, whatever the selected records are there, right, that should be deleted. For that one, what should we write? Whatever there in that collection, we should loop each record and we should delete one by one. So for that one, we have for all function to loop into each record in our collection. So for all, what we need to do? Data source which we need to give. What is our data source? Collection data source is there, right? That it should be loop. And inside for all, whatever the record is there, we can access by using this record. So, but what I need to do is we need to remove, right? Remove if from the main data source, we need to remove it now. So, what is our main data source? Issue tracker is our main data source. I'll do it. ID equal to whatever the record which we have selected, that record we need to this record dot ID. So here, whenever we are accessing, like in the for all, if we are accessing another data source, the preferred way is to keep it as a, because in the collection also we have an ID column, and in the like this record also it will consider as this data source. So further, to avoid ambiguity, we need to mention as something else like an A I'll mention. Now instead of this record, I'll access as a dot value. So now whatever I have selected, and one more thing also we need to do is error handling we need to do. Like for example, if this collection is empty, looping through this removal process is unnecessary, right? For that one, how we can do? Like if like count rows we can check one way, call selected issues, count rows is greater than 0, then only this should happen, right? So that is error handling. This way we can do it. Like if I haven't selected anything, this action shouldn't be performed. Otherwise, if it is like if I selected any record, then only it will perform this action. That is, I can do it. Like few before this one, let me create few issues. Yeah. Okay. Now let me delete these two now. See, automatically whatever the records which we have selected, it deleted, right? This way we can do it. Now, if you see here, still our collection is, if I see, I'll select this one. If you go to our collection logic, still our previous selected collections are there. Why? We haven't, after deleting, we haven't cleared our collection, right? So after this one, what we need to do? We need to clear our collection. Call selected issues. Now you understood it, like when we need to use that collect and collection and what is the scenario we are going to use everything. Any doubts here? Hello?
Uh, in this one,
Mm.
uh, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, can you go to the bulk delete button?
Yes.
So here, like in this remove if, uh, like how does it work? Like remove if, then we are taking the name of the issue tracker which is there in the SharePoint, right?
Yeah, issue tracker is our data source, main data,
Uh,
SharePoint data
uh,
source. Yeah.
and then what is it? Like ID equal to
A
a dot
dot
value.
value. What is A is, for example, why I have explained it, right?
Uh-huh.
Generally, what we will do, I'll let me give an
No, I
example
understood
here.
A. A is
Mm.
basically that you are giving an alias
Giving
or
an
something.
alias name. Yeah.
That is fine. But this ID, like every time it is ID only. Like we use ID
Yeah.
only for
Oh, see,
deletion
what
or.
we are collecting here in our
Uh,
collection, we are collecting IDs, right?
uh, uh, uh,
Whatever the matched ID is our unique identifier in our table,
mm-hmm.
right?
Okay, okay, okay.
Whatever the IDs are there in this collection, that ID should be removed. So, for example, we have selected one ID, two ID. So,
Uh-huh.
first it will loop through one. Okay,
Uh-huh.
remove if ID equal to one. That means
Mm-hmm.
wherever that ID equal to one record is there, that is going to remove it. This remove function will do. Next, for next loop, it will take two. The next time,
Mm-hmm.
wherever that two record ID equal to two record is there, that record it is going to be deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
No, so ID, like, is there any ID column in the issue tracker or like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
generic?
issue tracker only, issue tracker only. If we have go
Can
to
you show me?
SharePoint,
So whatever will be the that like the column which is
yeah, tell me whatever it is. Continue.
I mean the column which is unique, that is the one which you will select for deletion and all these things.
Yeah, yeah, unique column we should like. Otherwise, if I have
Uh,
taken remove, what is remove if function will do? If we have an
uh-huh.
ID in the same ID in the two or three records, that two records, three records will delete it.
Uh-huh.
So ID is the unique one. That is why I have taken it as ID. Otherwise, if I don't have any unique ID, like mostly for databases, unique ID will be there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Okay.
unique ID, I'm storing it. Based on
And
that,
if
I'm
it is
removing
not
records.
there, then uh,
In that
there is.
scenario, I have explained you, right? Remove instead of remove if remove function we need to use and we need to give whole record in that scenario. Like here we are capturing
Uh-huh.
this item dot id, right? In that
Uh-huh.
scenario, this item we should take and
Uh,
here we should give like an remove issue tracker this item.
this item. Okay, okay, okay.
That is the
Okay,
syntax.
so it will consider whole that whole record as the item and like
Yeah, identifier, unique identifier.
identify.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
If some scenario, if there is no ID column, so we can take more than one column values
Yeah,
to
yeah.
build a
Even like
unique ID, right?
so yeah, that is also you can do.
Yeah,
For example, country column, say, like an state column, status column. By combining these three, you'll find a unique ID.
correct,
That
correct.
combination won't be present in duplicate records. So
Yeah.
in that scenario, you
Same way
can take that
here with the
multiple
help of,
conditions.
yeah, with the help of and we can
Yeah,
write this.
you can write like this and some condition where status is like an active record shouldn't be deleted. That condition also you can write it here. Status is not
Yeah.
equal to active. Yeah,
So
like that you
while
can
we are
delete.
collecting it, then also we need to have all those three values.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we have added only this dot ID, right? So in that case,
Mm-hmm.
only this record will be there. Sorry, this item will be there.
Mm. Yeah.
And here,
So this item mostly we'll use for, but for all only we will it will show it as this record.
right? But there you have only added only this dot ID, right?
Here,
While
yeah,
collecting.
this item dot. Yeah, I'm only like it's for me in our scenario, it's unnecessary to store our entire record. Like
Exactly,
ID is
exactly.
enough for us now.
So where ID is a unique column here. If
Hmm.
in case if we don't have any unique column, if you are building it from our own by adding
Hmm.
two or three columns, then we will be using only this item here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
how
that we
like
can access those values there.
how we can add like two three columns here like through
Like
comma?
instead of taking 2, 3 columns, it's not
Uh-huh.
Only this
required
item.
actually. This
Acha.
item you
Then won't
can take
record.
it. It will throw an error. I'll take
Acha.
another collection. Collect call test. I'll take it. This item I'll capture it. Okay. Now if I'll unselect and select it. If I go here, see automatically this record is holding all the column details.
Okay, okay.
So here
So,
instead of like capturing a dot value,
mm-hmm.
this record dot like value, that specific column name which we want, we
Mm-hmm.
can access it.
Okay.
Mm, that is how we need to do.
So either we take the full record or we take only singular uh, some
Yeah.
column, unique
Because
column.
Pranay, it depends on your table, right?
Mm,
How you
Mm-hmm.
have constructed your table. If it has already
Mm-hmm.
have a unique value, then it will be easy to
Okay.
yeah.
access the table
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that unique value. Like we have a primary key in our
Yeah,
SQL
I mean, it
databases.
should have one, but
Yeah.
I don't know on SharePoint how many of them will have.
In
Yeah.
SharePoint, yeah, definitely. Like ID will be the unique ID. Like there is a
So this
default
is
column which is
created
like
by
no, no, no.
default by
This is
SharePoint.
this is automatically created by SharePoint.
Ah, that is what I was asking.
Hmm.
Okay, so it
Yeah,
will
there are
be
I
there
think
then.
few columns that like ID, title, those are all created by default whenever a new table or new list is created.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
like an
it is up to
ID
us whether we
issue.
are using it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, any more dots?
So, Mamta, I have one
Hmm.
doubt like,
Hmm.
this remove if
Hmm.
here, how we can identify the selected record. So, ID is equal to that's the condition, like, if ID get match, but like the selected one, how we'll get it? Like, it's
Okay, whatever we are selected, we are storing it like on check. For checkbox, we have properties on check, on unchecked.
oh,
These
oh,
are the
got it.
properties are there, right? On check, we are collecting. So whatever check means that that record we want to delete it. So we need to store it somewhere. What is the ways like where we want to store multiple records? Collection is our scenario, right? Collection where we can store multiple records. So that's why I have taken collection, and here I have taken collect because I do on click of each record I don't want to erase previous value. Like I want currently I have only one record. Yeah, for example, I have another record where I have checked this one and I have checked this another record as well. If I have written clear collect, on click of this one, it will erase the previous value and it will store only current record value. I don't want to happen that one. I want to store these two records values. So that's why I have taken collect here. Okay. And on uncheck, what shouldn't happen? Whatever the record which I have unselected, that shouldn't be present in our selected call selected issues collection, right? That's why I'm removing that record.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
And whatever there in our collection, again like from the here I am deleting it from the collection itself. I'm not from the database, but here I'm deleting it from the database.
If
Okay.
it is, so if it is deleted from the database, so there is some backup or something is stored in the SharePoint.
Yeah, actually in the SharePoint we have a recycle bin option will be there. If you go to site content, recycle bin, there is going to be some option is the should be there. Yeah, sorry, here recycle bin. So whatever the record which we have deleted, it is see these records we have deleted, right? That will be stored in this recycle bin, and even if I want to restore it, I can restore it. See, I want to restore this 3 number. Now, if I go back to our issue tracker, see, this record is there now.
So it's like recycle bill will collect all the records which are deleted from any of the list, right? So
Yeah,
when
any of the list, like not from the
yeah,
single,
yeah,
like in this entire set, whatever the records which we have deleted, that will be stored in recycle bin. I think it will be 30 days, it will be stored in recycle bin. After that one, it will automatically completely deleted.
right. So upon restoring it, it will just go and sit in the particular list.
Yeah, same values with the same modified date, everything will be same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, last time in our scenario, this is what we have done, right? Like last time in our scenario, we have discussed, we want a, after, for example, all issues are there. I want to come here. There should be some chart process should happen like an okay, in the user is entered this record, and here they want some changes. As a manager, I'll come, okay, this is the information you haven't provided, please provide. And another again, requester will come, and again he will come. And like if we see in Azure DevOps as Jira board, we have a discussion panel, like a chart thread is going to be there in our Jira tickets, right? Let's build that one now. Okay. So for
Kind
that
of
one, yeah, comments
comment
thing,
thread. Yeah.
like multiple comments thread, like not only a single field where you can comment it, and even I can comment, like whoever commented that thread should be there. Like for
Right.
single record only, multiple comments should be happen, right?
Right.
That is we are going to build. For that one, I have created one SharePoint list with comments as a column, which is like I'll go, which is multi-line of text, as a comments should be like will be a long text also, right? So that's why I have taken as a multi-line text. And in the title column, I'll store parent ID, like whatever the record ID is there, I will store it in here. How let's handle like two different lists, how can we handle it in single form? Let's do it now. So for that one, if I have taken here like a form, I'll add it. We have added, right? And I on below I will add a first let me add a text box. Okay, now I'll go here and I want to place it here. But see, if you see here, it's not allowing me to go below this one, right? Even if I want, I can do it, but let me show how it is going to happen. I'll take form 2. Y I'll take Y and plus height I want, so that it will sit below of that form. If I go and play it, see, I am not able to see that label I have added. So scroll bar is not there. Last time we have discussed, right? In last session, what we need to add in that scenario? Containers, we can use it to give scroll bar to our screen. If you have seen only for the form, we have scroll bar. But if I want to see the below controls, even this scroll bar is only for form, but not for this entire screen and this label. We don't have, right? For that one, now let's use container. What container we need to take? Vertical container we need to take. Let me adjust this one. Height, I'll change it to parent dot height. Width, parent dot width. So position, I'll make it 0. So inside this one, I won't add header, because if I scroll this one, automatically scroll header shouldn't be scrolled, right? Like header should always be there at this specific position only. Like form should be scrolled, but header shouldn't be scrolled, right? So that's why what I'll do is header I'll keep outside of this container only, but whatever the form and whatever I'm going to add, that comments related thing, that should be inside container. So for that one, what it, that y property should be, whatever the header is there, that one we should maintain. Otherwise, let's, as of now, let's add dynamically, statically. 60 I'll add height parent dot self minus y should be there. So it will automatically sit here. See what we are doing? Parent height and whatever the y property is there, that we are minusing. So that means y is 60, right? That 60 we are minusing it from the total height. So this is how we can set dynamic values. And whatever our form, that I'll cut it and let's paste in our form container. Yeah. So automatically, as we have added in the container, automatically width and everything is adjusted. So for this one, I don't want to have this scroll bar. For, like if we have taken, if you say, let me show you why I don't want to for the form. I'll add a text container. I have added. Let me add an again text. Automatically, it is going to sit beside below that one, and I'll expand this. And what we need to set for this container, vertical overflow should be scroll, right? And I'll make this as comments. Okay. I'll change this color to some gray. I'll change it. Font weight, I'll change it to, let me change bold. Okay. See, this scroll bar is for the form, not for the this one, right? I don't want, like, if I have added another control here, mm, what we need to add, like a comment field should be there, right? Mm, rich text, I'll add it. See, for this one form, see, it's there, but for this entire thing, it's not coming. For entire screen, I want a form. For this, to avoid this one, we need to increase this height. So I'll, whatever the flexible height is there, I will remove this one, and height property, what I'll do is, what is the last control if we have seen our good window form? Uh, Closed date is our last control, right? I will go and I'll take this as date, and I'll on start of our screen, I'll take one variable set GBL dynamic form height I'll take. dot y plus yeah, closed date. Is it data card 1, 2? 2, yeah. Closed date 2 dot y and closed it to height, so that it automatically fetch it to whatever the last control is there, that height it will automatically adjust. Now I'll go here and I'll go to form. I have disabled the flexible height, right? Height property, I'll go and I'll give it this one. Let me go back and come to this screen. See, now there is no separate scroll bar. Like this entire scroll bar is for entire screen. Like there is no separate scroll bar for form and here. Got it? And I'll make this to stretch to entire screen. See, there is what is happening. If you have seen, this is like an coming, there is a padding is there. For our control, there is no padding. So for that one, what we can do is either we can take another container and we can give a padding like an paddings will be there, right? For our container that we can provide, or else we can another way what we can do is instead of stretch we need to take this like center action we can take, and parent dot width minus 40 I'll take, so that 2020 padding is automatically added on both sides. This is another way. Hmm? Now what I'll do here is we want an add buttons. So for this one I'll take an if I take two buttons, one is like an cancel button I'll take an another button to add. So if I go here, it's like as it is a vertical horizontal container, two are added like one below each one below, right? But I don't want to happen like that. Button should be beside here. So in our scenario, what we can take here, we can take vertical
Horizontal control.
container.
Okay.
Sorry, horizontal container. Yeah, correct. I'm confused between horizontal and vertical. Yeah. Okay, horizontal container we can take. And these buttons, I'll remove them from here. What I have done? I think I removed the form. Oh God. We haven't saved. So don't rely on undo function. This is a lesson which I have learned from my previous exam. That's why, like, whenever in developer mode, that 2 minute saving option is there, right? Every 2 minutes it should save automatically. That should be enabled.
Yeah.
So there is no desktop-based application for Power Apps up till now, right?
Sorry.
There is no desktop-based application for Power Apps.
For Power Apps, we have an application to develop like an mobile device applications. But yeah, mostly we'll like we will do use this cloud application only for developing.
Okay.
That is for
No,
like
like Power
mobile
Automate,
developer.
there is a desktop-based
Yeah, yeah,
application,
Power
right?
Automate desktop version. That is like an to automate things on our desktop, like on how we have UI path and RPA related one. That is related to Power Automate desktop. That one. Whereas these cloud ones are like to automate cloud related things, like a database, how we are automating some business process here, and Power Automate Cloud also to automate any business process. That one we will use that cloud flows. Desktop and these two functionalities both are different.
Yeah, yeah, no. Actually, desktop ones are quite more stable now, so that is why I was asking.
Actually, your voice is very slow. Is it for me or else for
No, no,
everyone?
it's for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, I
I
think you
think
are speaking far from the mic.
Yeah, Pranav, you can speak little louder or can be very close to your mic.
yeah, is my voice clear now or still low?
Yeah, it is still
Still
low, I
low.
guess.
Okay, today the mic is not good. You can continue.
Yeah, okay.
So, Mamta, from
Uh,
Power Apps, can we make use of this desktop flow as well? We can call it here, or it's vice versa.
we can call it from the Power Automate desktop. Even I'm not sure about that one. I would say even I haven't tried.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I mean to say, can we
Uh,
integrate both Power Apps and Power Automate flows?
you mean cloud or else desktop?
Cloud, anyway, I think we can do it
Yeah.
here, but desktop
Uh,
in particularly.
Desktop, I don't think so. Like, for example, if you want to open an Power Automate application automatically and perform some actions, you want to automate that one. Yeah, that way we can do it, right?
Okay.
If we give an URL to our Power Automate desktop, and if you want to
Like I say,
automatically.
I develop some business
Mm,
process. Okay. So on the
mm,
front end, anyway, we are working on these Power Apps. Okay.
mm,
So let's say someone submits some data, right?
mm.
And in the background, it should process it by some means. So can we do it with Power Desktop or Power Automate?
So, what you want to automate?
For example, let's say we have an app. Okay.
Uh,
So in my current project, so there is something called MRT. They were doing it in Excel macros basically.
mm,
So now we have, I mean, the guy who had done this Power Apps, right? He converted that to a business app now.
mm, mm.
Okay, and then what we do, once he submits some data from the Power Apps, it sits in our SQL database,
Yeah.
and from SQL database, we trigger the RPA bot.
Yeah,
To,
so that is like in looping automatically at the end you are doing automation from the SQL, not from the Power Apps, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that is why that is what I'm saying. For
okay.
example, there is an on click of the some button, automatically some Excel file is downloading in some space, and
Mm-hmm.
based on that you can automate your RPA bot.
Okay, got it, got it. So there is no
Yeah,
direct triggering trigger point from Power Apps.
yeah, yeah.
So we can make use of either a file kind of input process or input files,
Mm,
and then we can have a trigger in the bot itself.
yes, exactly.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, now I'll add horizontal containers. I'll take. I'll cut this too. I'll paste it inside this one. Now automatically it got added here. Now what I want this to show me at end. So what we can do, we can add this one, and we want like a 20 pixel padding we require, like uh, I think 10, yeah. Gap I have given 10, and padding right side I'll give it as again 10, so that if you see here automatically padding happen. Now even these two also, it's attached, right? For that one also, if we want, we can reduce this one, or else we can move our controls at the center like this. Okay. And this container also, this much I don't require. For this one, instead of flexible height, I'll make it as 60. Okay. Now what we need, whatever this is for like an adding comments, we have designed it, and another one like this is like cancel. This is an add button, right? Let's change it to that one. Let me replace it as cancel and give some uh, icon as yeah, dismiss icon I'll give. And for this one, I'll take it as add. Mm, I think send will be there. Yeah, send I'll take. So on click of cancel, what I want to happen is whatever the entered text is there, right? I want to, on click of this cancel, I want to reset this one. So how I can do it? On cancel, I will reset this form, reset this control. So what we can do, what is the name? Like I'll name it before that one, let's rename it to rich text instead of rich text editor, rich text add comment, I'll rename it. After that one, on cancel, on select property, I'll go reset control we have. What it will reset will do is whatever the value is there in that control, that value will be reset to original value what it will have. So we have I have entered some text, right? If I see, if I clicked on it one, it was reset to previous one. Now again I'll do, see, this is how it's happening, right? That we can say happen using reset control. And on click of add, what it should happen, we should add it to our database. So if we are using here, we are whatever the text which is there in our database to store, we, if it is a form, we are storing it in our using submit form, right? But we are not using form, so how can we submit form? We can't use it. What is the alternative way which we can store in our database? Patch function we have. So what patch will do is whatever the input like record which we want to store, that we need to mention and in the data source. So if you see the syntax of patch, data source which we it's not showing syntax. So yeah, first let me, I think we haven't added column comments SharePoint. Let me go to SharePoint developers side. So here we need to mention our data source, right? Comments I'll take. And here what it should display, it is a like an update, we are updating it, or else we are creating a new record. What we are doing, we are creating a new comment, like whatever the comment which is entered, that should be stored in our comment section as a new record, right? So for that one, we need to mention defaults of our data source. Okay. If it is an, if we are updating an existing record, here we should give that record, we should give entire record. Okay. As we are updating, we are creating a new record, this defaults function we need to give. And here, what is the column name? In the title column, what we are planning to store? ID we are storing, like whatever the record ID is there, that record ID we need to store, right? Where we have that ID in the where selected item, last time we have created, if you have remembered, delete, for the delete and edit in the form item property also we have given this where selected, right? In that we are going to have an ID prop column. And what is another thing? Comments is there. In the comment, what it should be stored, whatever the value they have entered here, that value should be stored in this here. HTML text, as it is in like rich text, HTML text is going to be there. Okay. These are the two fields we require. So now what I'll do is, hello, I'll take it. Is it a new record? First, let me go back. So you are wondering like why sometimes back icon is not working. Back function will work only when we will come from separate screen. Like if we have previously we have directly navigated from like this we have selected, not like we have not navigated from any specific screen to screen, right? So for example, here I have selected, and if I selected here, it's working fine. But whereas directly I went to form screen, and if I try to click on this one, it won't work. As because we are not navigated from any other screens, not a bug. Okay. So yeah, I'll go to all issues. And so for this specific record, we need to do commenting. And whenever it is new, we should hide that one also, right? That is also, let's do it. So that means whatever these comments sections are there, this should be, I'll select all of them. Container I have selected, rich text I'll select it, and this text. This should be visible only when form2 dot mode is not equal to form mode dot new. Like if it is in edit mode, either it is in a view mode, it should display, but when it is in new mode, it shouldn't be displayed, right? That is why I have written this condition. Now I have added an hello, and I'll add it. Okay. If I go to comments one, see, whatever we have added, it's stored here, and the ID of that record also stored. So like here you are not knowing anything. For this also we need to do error handling and notify it accordingly. So for the patch also I'll do if error okay, patch should happen, notify unable to add a comment, notification type error I'll take, otherwise what we need to notify, comment added successfully, we should notify to user. Comment added success and notification type dot success, this one. So in this scenario, one notification will be displayed, and if it is any error happened while saving this one also, it will throw a warning. Same like submit form. This is how we need to do it. Now, whatever the comments which are there, I want to show here, right? For this one, like in multiple comments will be there. See, for example, for the same record, I'll add another comment as hello to. See, it's automatically, uh, let's see. Yeah, comment added successfully. We are seeing. And if you go in the backend, again, for the same ID, again, another comment is there. So whatever the comments are added for that record, we need to display. So what is the control we need to display to display multiple records? Gallery, right? So here what select this container and I'll take,
And Mamta, on submitting, can we also clear that text?
yeah. So that is when we should clear it, when it is successful, that
Success.
time
Yeah.
only we should create. Reset. Sorry, what is our control name? Rich text.
So reset function working for the drop down list and text box also.
Yeah, text box everywhere it will work. This is also like nothing but an input text box itself, but it's like an rich text means for the normal input control, like how we have, I think last time, the last session I have explained. So for
No, no, but
example,
the drop down list is or combo box. For that also it's work.
yeah, it will work. It will work for every control. For the form, it is different. For the form we have written, right? For the form, it will be reset form function will be there. If I go here, see, reset form visa. For other remaining controls, reset will work. Okay.
So clear is only during the collection, right?
Collection, yeah.
Whenever we
That's
use
related to
collection,
collections.
okay, clear can be used. Okay.
That's why I'm trying to add multiple scenarios to like get all the topics in the one application only. I want to cover what we have discussed previously and new topics which we have missed also. I want to discuss everything. Yeah. So what we had done in the table, we need to display, right? For that one, let's add another text, like an discussions. I'll add it. Where it is added. Yeah. I'll stretch this out and I'll make it as discussions. And I'll make this to 20 again. Font color, I'll make it to black. Okay. And background color, same gray color, I'll keep it. Okay. If we go here, yeah, discussion header got added. Now, below this one, we need to add gallery, right? Insert gallery, I'll take blank flexible height gallery, I'll take here. And it's automatically got stretched. For this one, what is the data source we need to give? Comments. So here comments, it's loading. Yeah. For the comments, what I don't want to see all record comments here. Whatever the comments which are associated to this record, I want to see them, right? For this one, what should we write? Filter ID equal to where selected item dot ID, right? So here, whatever the comments which are associated to this record, which are going to be filtered. Now, if I over here, see that related comments only filtered for me. Got it? So yeah, let's continue. I think it's getting late. Yeah, let's continue this in tomorrow. By tomorrow, we'll complete this canvas, everything. In next session, we'll move to data was like another next session. Okay. So whatever you have doubts related to Canvas app, next week you need to ask. Okay. Yeah, try
Yeah.
whatever we have done until now. I think most of the topics we have covered, right? It's only pending like how to share the Canvas application, permissions related, those thing is pending that we can like after completing this comment box, I'll discuss that. I'll complete that in a session. So yeah, development point of view, I think almost all topics which I have covered like components and everything. So yeah, try it and if you get any doubts, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, Mamta.
Any doubts?
Not from me.
Yeah, okay. I'll stop the recording.